In this tutorial, I'll be taking you through current division. I'll urge that if you are new to this channel, you will subscribe and put us on post notification so that when we post any video, you will be notified to watch it. Let's move on to today's topic. Now, suppose that we have a current I that moves towards a node. A node is a point where there is a split of current, right? So suppose we have a current I which moves towards the node. When it reaches the node, it can split into two or more current depending on the node's connection. So in this case, since the node connections has two wires, the current will split into two. So let's name it the splitted current I1 and I2, and the resistance R1 and R2 respectively, right? Now, since the resistance are parallel to the voltage, the same voltage will run through the two resistors, and so the voltage across this resistor will be V, and the voltage across the resistor 2 will also be V. Now suppose you want to find current I1. This will be equal to the voltage across the resistor 1 divided by the resistance of the first resistor, which is this one. Now, we know that to find the voltage, we would have to find the total current, which is I, multiplied by the total resistance, which is R, divided by R1. Now, R, as we know, is the total resistance, and from our previous videos, we know that R1 and R2 are parallel, because when we traverse the circuit, we are not going to pass through any source. When we traverse, let's name here A, B, C, D. Now when we traverse A, B, C, D, A, we do not pass through any source. A source is like a voltage source or a current source, and so therefore we can consider R2 and R1 to be parallel, because when we traverse the path, we do not pass through any source. Now R, since R1 and R2 are parallel, we have to find its resultant, which will give you R. Now for parallel, we know that it will be R1 times R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So substituting this into this equation, we are going to get this equation to be I multiplying R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So all this divided by R1. So we are going to get the final answer to be equal to I multiplying R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Since this R1 is going to cancel this R1, then we get this for the current I1. Now we can do, for the current I1. Now we can do same for I2 too, but we know that this follows a particular form. So let's say we are using this logic to derive that 2 for current in R2. So for us to get I2, what we should do, always consider, is that we should take the resistance that is parallel the opposite resistance first, divided by the summation of the two resistors multiplied by the total current. And so if you want R2, you are supposed to write R1 divided by R1 plus R2 multiplied by I, and this will give you the current through I2. So this is a way to prove the current division. Now let's move on to a question. Now say we have the current, the voltage that we know to be the voltage that we know to be V, and the resistor 1 to be 3 ohm, and the resistor 2 to be 2 ohm. And the total current to be 10 ampere. Now suppose we are asked to find the current that is moving through 3 ohm, resistor 3 ohm and the resistor 2 ohm. Now for the current moving through the resistor 3 ohm, the 3 ohm resistor, we can find its current by first writing the opposite resistance in the numerator divided by the sum of the two resistors, which is 5, multiplied by the total current. Right, so we are going to get the answer to be 4 ampere. Now pause this video and find for the resistance in the 2 ohm. So for that one, it is going to give you 6 ampere. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Do well to like, subscribe and comment, and make sure you type your challenges that you are having in the comment section, and we are going to tackle it for you. Thank you.